So I'm going to make a dish today where I asked, what do people want me to cook on here? And I think it was about maybe 450 people said, I want cheese donuts. And the reason I didn't do it is because I couldn't find any yeast, but I found some yeast. And I'm going to make cheese and truffle donuts today, which is one of my favorite things to eat. But I'm going to show you how to do it super quick. So the milk, you're going to put it into a little pot. You're going to warm it very slightly. The sugar, you're going to add just a little bit to the milk, like a teaspoon. And I'm going to add the yeast to it when it's warm, and that sugar is going to feed the yeast and wake it up. The rest of the dry ingredients, the flour, which I've sieved already, remember always sieve your flour. You add the sugar, the rest of it. The salt, which is about a teaspoon. The salt, when adding it to dough, especially with yeast, controls how much it's going to prove very quickly. No salt in this and the dough will prove extremely quickly and get big bubbles. But adding the salt kind of like reins it back and it does it slowly. So we'll dry stuff together, and I'm just going to warm this up slightly. So the milk, literally you want it blood temperature, so you can easily put your finger on it and not burn you, because this is a live organism. So as soon as you put this inside of warm milk where it's too hot, it's like chucking yourself into a bathtub that's boiling. You're not going to enjoy it. It's exactly the same. So you're going to put it in, dissolve it, mix it together, and leave it to sit for 10 minutes. And in a warm place, and that'll activate it. You'll start to see it bubbling, it'll start to smell like beer. That's the fermenting starting. So you're going to add all the dry stuff to the mixer. You can do it by hand if you want, and you're going to add 3 eggs to it. You're going to put it on a dough hook. If you have one of these nifty things, put it on yourself. If you don't, just use a wooden spoon. You just want to form a dough. We have butter here, which I'm just going to warm up very slightly. Just put it in the microwave, just to melt it. When my dough is made, I'm going to add the butter to it slowly. So, yeast inside here, and this is how we form a dough. So now the dough is coming away from the sides, and it's not sticking at all. Now we're going to add the butter to it. Crank the heat up. So now the dough, very sticky. You're going to want to add it to a bowl. And it looks quite wet, trust me, it'll work. Add it to this bowl, and now we're going to let it ferment. We're going to let it bubble, and then I'm going to knock it back and make it thick. Put it somewhere warm. Let it sit for a couple of hours. What I do in the restaurants is I make it a day before and I leave it in the fridge for 24 hours. And then, it's super easy. The following day you roll it and you fry it. It's very simple. So I'm going to let that sit for about 2 hours to rise up again, and then we're going to make it into a dough. So to make the cheese sauce for the middle of the donut, it's actually 4 different types of cheese. You've got Gruyere, you've got Montgomery, you've got an aged cheddar, and you've got Parmesan. So these 3 are going to go in the sauce, and the Parmesan is the finishing it. But first you start with equal quantities butter and flour, and you cook it slowly and make a roux. When you're doing your roux, you really want to cook it out for about 20 minutes. So now to do the sauce, very simple. I do it back to front. I add the cheese to the roux. And I melt that out slowly. Then I add my dairy. So not the other way around, that's the traditional way. And I do this so that it makes completely no lumps whatsoever. Melts the cheese, caramelizes the cheese, and then you add your dairy. So now you see it melting and it looks like it's splitting. That's exactly what you want. So after it's split, turn the heat up, because I want all them fats to come out of the cheese. Now I'm going to change to a whisk, and I'm going to add in the dairy. So the milk, half, and I dissolve it this way. So the hotter the milk gets, the more thicker it will, because that's it cooking out. And as you can see, it will start to go from cloudy to shiny.
See, and it's moving away. That means there's a lot of fat content in there, which is good. Now I want to add the dairy. Heat back down. Cook it slowly. It's all cooked out. It looks very runny, but don't get me wrong, the amount of cheese that's in this, as soon as it cools down, it's going to thicken up hugely. Add a big tablespoon of Dijon mustard. A little pinch of salt, because the cheese is aged, so it's quite salty anyway. So that's perfect now. It's silky smooth, no lumps, because if you're doing it that way, it cooks all the cheese out. And I'm gonna split it into 2 bowls to cool it down, so we can get it quicker. But look how great that looks. Silky, smooth, massive bags of flavour. And this is the recipe that I use for loads of different things. So for the donuts, it's been proven, but what I didn't say before is I'm going to put it in the fridge for 2 hours. So this is cold, now it's in the fridge. And you can see the sauce is rock solid. So even though it looks very runny, as soon as it goes in the fridge, it sets. Flour a board, or a tray, or even just your workbench, make sure it's nice and tidy. And your hands. Take the dough out. Still a little sticky. That's a good thing. The wetter the dough, the more air bubbles you can get into it. Flour the dough a little bit, but your hands quite a bit. And then just knead it, like you would bread. So you basically want to have clean hands. It starts to get sticky, get a little bit more flour on. And then it goes from airy and bubbly to really smooth. And that's all you really want to do. And you're just knocking back the air again, so that you can let it prove up again and get even more bubbles. Then roll it into a little sausage. So the reason I did it into a little sausage is only purely just to cut it into the same size shapes. So just get your knife and just cut it. Pretty much the same size. It saves you spinning it all out. And roll them. So I've rolled the donuts, and I want to let them sit for another hour, 40 minutes, depending on how hot it is, and they're going to rise again. Then we're going to cook them in oil. But for now, leave them just sitting out, let your cheese come up to room temperature, and then that's pretty much it. So out of all this batch, we got about 30 donuts, which you don't need to do them all cheese. You can make them sweet as well. Put some jam in there, put some chocolate spread in there, that sort of stuff. But yeah, so these have been proven for about 45 minutes to an hour, and this cheese sauce is coming up to room temperature, and as you can see, it's very thick. I don't want this to be super hot because I want it to melt when it gets inside of the donuts. I don't have a piping bag, 2 sandwich bags that I'm just going to open up. I'll put them together. We're going to put the cheese inside of it, then we're going to cut the end, and we're going to use this like a piping bag. So now that it's inside of it, I'm just going to use my hands and just take the chill off even more. I'm going to cut the end off here, and I'm going to use that to pipe in the cheese and the cheese donuts. Scraper is great because you can pick up more than one at one time, and then you can literally just drop them in the oil. They cook very quickly, and the more you move them, the more they puff up. And it's very important when you're making bread, let it sit. And then the steam finishes cooking the inside of these so they're not raw. A knife, your cheese sauce, parmesan, black truffle from Zach at Wiltshire Truffles. Thank you so much for giving me this. And then all you're doing is just put your knife in, give it a little twist. This is where I'm going to stuff it. Donuts are still warm, it's melting the cheese. We finish it with loads of black truffle. Cheese and truffle donuts, one of my favourite things in life.